First pitch swinging from the inning to center. Pete Armstrong on a 3-hit day. Makes the catch.
The San Diego Padres fall short and fail to advance from the wild card round.
It was a do-or-die game for the Padres. We'll tell you what happened and bring you inside the official watch party.
Shutdown stress at the airport, why TSA workers and travelers are bracing for what's next.
An Afghan ally who risked his life helping Americans and then unlawfully detained on U.S. soil is now fighting to ensure that his story does not end in deportation.
October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and a survivor shares his heartbreaking story of witnessing his father murder his mother.
Got roaches in your apartment? What are the legal options to tenants to force your landlord to get rid of those bugs?
And I'll take you around this park in Logan Heights that just received a major upgrade. Who the generous donation came from.
CBS 8 News Live at 6 starts right now.
First pitch swinging from the inning to center. Pete Armstrong on a 3-hit day. Makes the catch.
A postseason push comes to an end for the San Diego Padres as they fall short to the Chicago Cubs in Game 3 of their wild card series. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
I'm Marcella Lee. The Friars tried to make a comeback in the 9th inning, but ultimately were defeated. CBS 8's Shannon Handy is standing by with how fans are feeling after today's game and the overall season.
But we start tonight with CBS 8's John Howard with some highlights from the game. And John, this is not what the Friar faithful were hoping for at all.
No, especially after the trade deadline when A.J. Preller brought in all this talent.
Yeah.
I mean, it was World Series caliber personnel. And I don't know what A.J. Preller has to do because he brings in this talent. And for the second postseason in a row, the Padres are eliminated because the offense can't score enough runs. At Wrigley Field, starter Yu Darvish is in trouble in the second inning. Bases loaded, no outs. Pete Armstrong in center field. He's lets that fall, that goes in. That's the end of the outing for Darvish. In comes Jeremiah Estrada. The crowd is electric. Base is still loaded. Walks across a run. The Cubs have a 2-0 lead that they will hold for the next 5 innings. In the 7th, Michael Busch goes deep. He's the leadoff hitter for Chicago and had 3 hits today. That makes it 3-0 Cubs. The Padres show life in the top of the 9th. Jackson Merrill leads off with a solo shot to make it 3-1. Padres would extend the inning with runners at second and third bases, 2 outs. Freddie Fermin is at the plate, but he's going to fly out to center field, and the celebration is on for the Cubs. They win 3-1 and take the best-of-3 series, 2-1. The Cubs advance to face the Milwaukee Brewers. For the Padres, the season is over and the offseason begins.
Obviously, this is not the result we wanted, but this crew, man, is what we started here in spring training as a collective group. The bond we have between everyone. This is family for us, and it just sucks, to be doing this, unfortunately. But man, this team, we left it all out there all year. It was a hell of a journey. I wouldn't change anything in the world for it. Obviously a championship, but you know what? We fell short, but this team fought, man. We dealt with a lot of adversity. We dealt with a lot of things throughout the ways, and this team kept overcoming it, and it was a fun, fun ride.
So 4th Padre appearance in the playoffs in 6 years, 2nd year in a row. I think more was expected for them to get beyond the wild card series. So I think the season is going to be reflected on coming up short in the postseason. Made the playoffs, had a chance to win the division. I mean, the Dodgers all but just rolled over during the regular season. They couldn't capitalize on that, couldn't capitalize on their opportunities against the Cubs, and they're eliminated.
And after trading so many resources at the trade deadline, there are real questions about how they're going to put together a team next season.
Yeah. It'll be very interesting to see what happens this offseason, to see what they do to retool this lineup.
The team was looking so good a few weeks ago. Thanks so much, John. Now, for more on how the Friar faithful are taking the loss, we turn now to CBS 8's Shannon Handy.
She was at the watch party in Gallagher Square at Petco Park. Shannon, I can imagine the mood was pretty somber.
Yeah, absolutely. Marcella and Carlo, you don't see anyone behind me or hear anything. Everybody left Gallagher Square pretty quickly, but I will tell you the Friar faithful showed up. There were about 500 fans that packed into Gallagher Square, and as John just explained, it was a game full of a lot of highs and a lot of lows. In the 9th inning, that's when we saw the energy of the crowd spike up. And then, of course, at the end of the game, they left disappointed. We strung all this together for you. Take a listen.
My prediction is Manny is going to do a walk-off home run in the bottom of the 9th inning.
Padres! Padres!
That's right, we're gonna win tonight.
Sad. It's over for the season, but we'll be back next season.
My feelings are hurt right now, but hey, the Padres, they played a game. Man, I love the Padres, man. Go San Diego, man. I'm still hurt, but hey, go Padres, Padre life.
It was some good baseball, but the Padres, opportunities again. Oh, it just hurts,
It does just hurt. But let me tell you something. Everyone who left, of course, they were upset, they were disappointed, but they were also proud. I mean, you're talking about a team that had 90 wins this season. Not only that, but they made a franchise record of the most sellout games here at Petco Park. So the Padres have a lot to be proud of. I know it doesn't help to say that when you're coming off of a loss like this, but all these fans say, you know what, we'll go get them next year. Marcel and Carlo.
This is a live look at our nation's capital, where lawmakers continue to be at odds, unable to find a deal to fund the federal government following a shutdown. And as that shutdown stretches on, tonight there's growing concern that travelers at San Diego International Airport could start feeling the effects.
TSA agents are working without pay right now, and there's concern that we could soon see longer wait times and staffing issues. CBS 8's Brian White shares what this could mean for your next flight.
Here at San Diego International, people are coming and going. Things are running smoothly for now, but as the shutdown continues, there's uncertainty about whether that could change.
TSA agents are among the federal employees working without pay. And while operations haven't slowed yet, travelers we spoke with are watching the situation closely.
I'm looking around at all of the employees here, and my heart goes out to them. I really hope that they're getting paid, and I really hope that they're having a good day.
Nick Mossholder flew in from Honolulu for a football tournament, but his trip didn't get off to the smoothest start.
Our flight was delayed by 3 hours. We were supposed to take off at 10:40. We took off at 1:40, so that was pretty inconvenient.
I reached out to TSA's regional spokesperson and got this message.
I will be out of the office starting October 1st due to the federal funding hiatus.
Turns out she's furloughed, although the vast majority of TSA's frontline employees are considered essential and therefore exempt from the shutdown. They say they're prepared to continue screening roughly 2.5 million passengers a day, but warn that an extended shutdown could eventually lead to longer wait times. In a statement from the agency, they said, quote, while TSA is prepared for an orderly shutdown, we kindly ask for our passengers' patience during this time.
I feel like as the longer we go along with this whole government shutdown thing, or the potential of it, then we probably will start seeing some long-lasting effects of that.
With the holidays just around the corner, some travelers like Akeem Waterford here are already thinking ahead.
Thanksgiving is around the corner, Christmas shortly after that, so hopefully we can get some type of resolution done on Capitol Hill, and that way everybody at least can enjoy the holidays without having too much of a significant impact.
I reached out to San Diego International. They say operations remain normal and travelers can expect no impacts to airport functions such as parking, concessions, customer service, and public safety. Brian White, CBS 8.
Thanks, Brian. And for more of what the government shutdown means for you, just head to our free streaming channel, CBS 8 Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
An Afghan ally who served alongside U.S. forces is sharing his story after a federal judge freed him, ruling he was wrongfully detained by ICE. His arrest after a routine immigration hearing was captured on video and went viral.
But as CBS 8's Abby Black learned, despite everything that's happened, he hasn't lost faith in America. Abby?
Marcella and Carlo, for the first time since his release from ICE detention, we're hearing from the Afghan ally Saeed Nasser. He served alongside U.S. forces during the Afghanistan war. His attorney says that he was wrongfully detained by ICE and a judge agreed. Tonight we hear from Nasser and he shares his story and gratitude for the outpouring of support in his fight for asylum.
I'm so happy that I'm free
Surrounded by his attorney and advocates, Afghan ally Syed Nasser is savoring freedom after spending 3.5 months in ICE detention.
I was in detention center. These 100 days were my hardest days of my life.
Nasser arrived in the U.S. in 2024 through a CBP-1 appointment, a legal pathway for asylum seekers.
I've seen you cuff the wrong people.
Nasser's story went viral when ICE agents arrested him June 12th, right after a routine immigration hearing.
I work with the U.S. military back in my home country. I have all the documents.
The government never said why, but his attorney suspects because he'd been here less than 2 years.
I never expect to be detained in the United States of America because I was a U.S. government ally back in my home country.
A federal judge dismissed the case after he ordered Nasser's immediate release late last week, ruling the government violated his right to due process. The judge also barred ICE from detaining him again without court approval. His attorney, Brian McGoldrick, says Nasser's detention was never about the merits of his asylum claim. It was about hitting detention quotas.
It's important for us to keep this story in front of the American public so that we can finally come to some resolution about these kinds of detentions.
Sean Vandiver of Afghan EVAC, a nonprofit that supports Afghan allies, says this case matters beyond one person.
We mustn't let a punitive and vengeful administration cow us into silence. We have to speak out and be willing to stand up for those who cannot use their own voices.
Nasser now has a valid work permit while he awaits his asylum hearing.
I still believe America. I do not feel betrayed. I feel hopeful because of how many Americans stood up for me. When I was arrested, thousands of Americans raised their voices and stand by my side. It means a lot to me. That's why America is a great country.
I reached out to a local ICE spokesperson and she deferred me to DHS for comment on Nasser's case. They have not responded, but I did follow up with that local ICE spokesperson, pressing her about these arrests that are happening inside federal courthouses after immigration hearings, and she defended them. She says that it's much safer because the individuals have gone through security. Carlo, Marcella.
Abby, what's next for Nasser's asylum hearing?
His attorney says that they do not have a date set for his asylum hearing, but his attorney is confident. You see, Nasser's brother was granted asylum, and the family that's still in Afghanistan remain at risk from the Taliban. His attorney hopes that once Nasser gets in front of a San Diego immigration judge, he will get asylum. Reporting live in downtown, Abby Black, CBS 8.
Thanks, Abby.
Thanks, Abby. Still ahead, an extreme cockroach infestation at an East County apartment complex.
We're working for you to get answers about what rights tenants have.
And later, a power play by some pro players to inspire future generations.